because you asked for it, the number 7, part 2, with the chakras, medieval occultism, the Kabbalion, and a brand new one. But first, just a reminder that this Sunday, January 29th, is my first live at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, and I'll do a zoom in on this at the end, and I'll put it on Instagram as well. So I'm no expert in the chakras by any means, but I do have one thing up here that comes from this book on Being an Alchemist by Catherine McCune, which is an excellent work that my wife turned me on to, a guide for the modern magician. And she talks about the alchemical work being something of a transformation for the chakras. And so before you do your alchemical work, the chakras from top to bottom, your crown chakra is your ideal, your eyes are your thought, your voice is your word, your heart is your heart. Then down here in your gut is your territory. Then in your generative is your desire. And then your bottom chakra is fear. But if you go through the alchemical works, then you transform those. And the top ones stay the same. Your ideal stays your ideal, your thought stays your thought, your word stays your word, and your heart stays your heart. But your feeling of territory and wanting to fight over stuff becomes integrity. And you transform your desire into devotion. And you transform your fear into confidence. And that's what you're trying to do with the alchemical work if you're working through the chakra system. She has a great line where she says, don't ever trust people who have too many facts. They tend to be charlatans. And I think that's a great piece of advice, especially for someone who has a wall covered in facts. Don't trust me either. I'm not an actual practitioner. I'm just someone who's read a lot of books, but I'm not even starting my real practice for another 4 years. I believe in the number 44. I turned 40 in 2 weeks, so I have 4 more years of study before I really feel ready to even start tackling any of this stuff. Find the old people, the old women, the old men who are real practitioners. That's to really learn from. But you can't trust anybody. Take what you like and leave the rest, as they say in 12-step. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work. You're making up your own system like every other practitioner before you, even the greats were making up their own system. So are you. So in the 7 magical works of medieval occultism, their magical works are works of light and riches, of mystery and divination, of science and skill, of retribution and punishment, works of love, works of intrigue, works of malediction, and death. And so the last thing we'll talk about is from the Kabbalion. The 7 things that they talk about are as important as correspondence, as above, so below. Mentalism, where the world is all mind. Vibration, nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. Polarity, rhythm compensates. Gender, and cause and effect. And then the very last one is just from the user I commented here, the 7 powers of the owl.